Mr. Pushkar Jangir from Renault Nissan, Chennai. He received his diploma in plastic construction technology Renault from France in 2018, and he received MP/PM certificate from CIPD, Central Institute of Plastic Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad in 2007, and he is engineering graduate from Uttar Pradesh Technical University in mechanical engineering as well. His work experience include in Renault Nissan, he is working since 2012, so 7 years of experience as a deputy manager in Renault Nissan, Chennai, and his expertise in bumper system, console system design, quality issue resolution, business development. Before this, Mr. Pushkar worked in Hyundai Motors for 4 years, from 2008 to 2012, and he worked as an assistant manager in Hyundai Motors. And his major expertise include bumper, 7 lighting system, carrier trainer, mentor for budding electrical engineers. His skills include CATIA, plastic designer, as a speaker, team manager, and etiquette management. And you can also email him if you want any queries in future as well. Okay. His email address is here and his contact number is here. Also, you can connect with him on LinkedIn. Okay. So if you are interested in the same area in future, you can talk to him, you can write some questions to him regarding what skills are required to be absorbed in an automobile company. You can discuss with him. Okay. So these are some expertise. Now I will invite Mr. Pushkar Jangir to. I will request Mr. Rajesh sir, please present a bouquet to him.
So good morning everyone. Good morning, sir. How are you guys?
Fine.
Fine. Just fine?
Yes.
No, it should be great, right? Okay, that's I feel like. It should be great, right? Every day. And just can you please hit the record?
Yes, sir. All right.
Thank you. So, this, as Mr. Pushpendra, he is my former batchmate in college and also in his schooling we did together. And so he introduced myself as a, my work experience and all everything. So I will tell you about my company, the racing company, which is Renault Nissan Business Technology and Business Center, India. We call it in short as R&D-BCI, so which is Chennai, located in Hyderabad, Chennai. Yes, please come in. So that's located in Chennai, and it's a technological business center, one of its kind all over the world, which shares the combined technology of Renault and Nissan together in one place. They have an alliance, so they don't go to business with each other and against each other. They have their separate vehicles, but they share the technology. And now recently, last year, they have joined with the Mitsubishi also. So total Renault group is called with the 3 groups anyway: Renault, Mitsubishi, and Nissan. And we have a plant in Chennai also, which is capacity of around 400,000 vehicles per year, which is the capacity. We don't build that much right now, but there's a few full around capacity what we can build. So here are the few vehicles. So in the first is which is Renault vehicles, which is currently going on this one, and second one which was developed, was manufactured in there, but now it's been stopped. And third and fourth is from Nissan and Datsun. So as you can see, the Datsun plant also is in our control. Okay. So this is about the introduction. So now we will start the presentation on the design and development of automobile. Okay. So how many of you know how an automobile will get developed? How many of you have an idea, anything about something? Feel free. Okay. Don't see me as like, anything, any question is not stupid at all. You can ask any question, whatever you want. Anything at all. So anybody has an idea how an automobile is get developed, the full vehicle? Anything how it goes? Anyone? Okay.
Was the designing is done on the software?
Oh. Okay, that's one of the part. Yes.
And after that, the prototype is made by discussing from the groups that which type, what are the errors that are needed to be corrected.
Okay. Trials basically.
Yes.
Prototype and trials
And testing are also done after the after the parts get assembled in the automobile.
Yes.
Testings are done. The speed is checked, and
Thank you. So yeah, that was few parts as what's your name? Yeah, as Karthik explains. So these are the few points what is in, and yeah, they all are right. But yeah, they have to be in order, and they have to be, here I have to explain you that how these things goes in order. Okay, so everybody settled, so fine. Okay, so this session which I'm going to take you, it's going to be interactive. It's going to be not at all going to be a boring lecture, which I tried for my best for myself. So I will interact with you guys and I will ask you some questions and I have to get some answers. It's not has to be right at all. It can be wrong, but I'm expecting some answers from you guys. So anybody know what the vehicle category, what kind of vehicle category we talk in India or all around the world? Okay, so let's make it. Can anybody name what kind of categories there are? A little louder, please. I'm not able to hear. Anyone? Anyone of you?
Commercial and passenger.
Yes, please. Somebody was from there.
LMB.
LMV, light motor vehicles. Anything from here? Sedans. Okay. Hatchback, commercial vehicles. SUVs. Minivans. Okay. Let's see the right answer. This category is called L category. This is the standard, right? Which I'm talking about. It's a L category. The vehicle which weighs less than 400 kgs. Which comes with the two-wheeler, everything, and the fourth picture what you see is the Bajaj RE. Okay, it's a Bajaj vehicle. It looks like a four-wheeler, but it's less than 400 kg. So it doesn't consider as a full passenger vehicle. Okay, let's see on the next category. It's called M category here. Okay, so there are three things. In L category there are L1 to L6, and M category there are mainly three things based on the weight and based on the capacity of the passenger. So the M category is basically which used to carry for the passengers. Okay. So the first one, red one, is a mini passenger car, and then is a mini bus, and then is a full scale bus. So which I work for it is the passenger vehicles. Okay. Now anyone can guess. It is very similar to the previous slide.
Commercial. Cargos and commercial.
Okay. Yes. You all are right. So what we give them the name is called N category. Now based on the carrying capacity. So they carry the load basically. These are the vehicles which has to be 4 wheels at least and used to carry the loads. Okay. So in this, the first vehicle, that is one of the area which I work, pickup trucks. And the second is O category, which is basically for the trailers. And again, based on the carrying capacity, the difference between O1, O2 and AT. So basically, my area of work is M1 category vehicle and N1 category vehicle. And let's look at some others also. So these are some other things which is non-road mobile and forest vehicles, agriculture vehicles, tractors and all everything. There are a few things in this one again, off-road vehicles. So don't get confused in this. Off-road vehicles and pickup trucks, two different things. And there are some special categories, A, B, C, D and all everything. So it's like ambulance, caravan and armored vehicle, which they go. I have one more thing please. If you have any questions, so feel free to ask in between also. Okay. Now, few that you were talking about, right? Sedans, hatchback, everything and all. These are not vehicle categories. These are the body types of the vehicles. So we'll look at it together once again for this one. And you have to guess again what kind of vehicle body type it is. Okay, everybody can see, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guess this? No, not hatchback.
Micro.
Mini, micro, it's not Ola. Okay, basically that's an electric vehicle because they are very short nowadays still, okay, and they cannot carry, their capacity is not much, and so they are small in size and basically battery operated and all everything, so they consume space only very less and so less size. Now this one.
Sedan.
Yes, you're right. Sedan.
SUV.
Yeah. Yeah, this one. MPV. Hatchback. Hatchback is the right answer. So you know basically what's the difference between a hatchback and sedan? Yes, anybody can tell me?
The number of compartments. In sedan there are 3 compartments. In hatchback there are
Okay, just 1 second. Yeah, please.
hatchback there are 2.5 compartments, and in sedan there are only 3.
Basically the load carrying capacity. The luggage what they can carry sedan is more. Okay, this one.
Convertible.
Convertible. Oh, right answer. One of the right answer. Anyone from the back? Anyone heard of coupe? So what's the difference between a sedan and a coupe?
Coupe has 2 doors.
Sorry? Roof design?
Coupe has 2 doors.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Coupe has 2 doors basically. And it's more aerodynamic design for the speed. Okay, this one. Maybe. Okay, almost right. Almost. So that's basically a 4-wheel drive vehicle. Generally, this kind of vehicle looks like, which is generally considered for the off-road vehicles because they need to drive on a train, stands, everything. So they need to have more driving capacity. Okay, now here comes the very important questions. When we talk about the design and development of the automobile, what is best design? Everybody, every engineer sitting on working on this one, right? Every manager, everything, they said, I want to do my best, I want to do the best design. Everybody thinks of it, but what is best design?
The design which public likes.
Public likes, okay, one. Anyone else?
Comfort.
Comfort, okay. Anything not on a customer level, on an engineering level answer I'm expecting a little bit. Efficiency, lightweight, aerodynamic shape, depend on the purpose. So basically comfort and all everything, okay. Okay, so here, when I was your age and when I was in your situation, I was having the same idea, but actually it is not. Best design is basically depend on 3 things. What available resource I have, available for me, everything. Which resources consist of three things basically: machine, manpower, and the material. Do I have the best material available? No, I have medium material available. So I cannot make the best material out of it. I cannot make the lightest weight. I have aluminium, but I don't have carbon fiber. I cannot make it lightest weight. Maybe I have iron, so I have to go with the steel only. There is no other choice for me. Second thing is on-time delivery. The best design takes time always, but I have to stop at some point. There is a target for me which I have to deliver this point, this vehicle. So I need to be able to deliver within that point. That's second. Now the third thing comes on this one. Optimized cost. Anybody can explain me what is optimized means? Minimum cost? Someone says? Maximum output, minimum cost. Okay, yep, that's right. So optimize. I don't have to be low in cost. I have to be optimized. The best I can do within this cost, so that everybody profit I need to see. I need to see profit from my supplier. I need to see profit from my company. I cannot give everything on the cheap price and give it to customer. I will be in loss. I will be out of business in 2 minutes. So that's the three things. So these three things are the important which makes the design is best. Okay, now we come to the vehicle development process. So till that point it was overview, what we talked about the automobile industry basically, and now we'll come to the main point which you guys will notice. So, okay, this part is a little bit boring, but I will try to make it interesting. Okay, so just sit with me and we will make through it. Okay, so there are 5 stages in the vehicle development process: planning, kickoff, design, development, sales and service. Okay, these all 5 stages, as Karthik also explained, there are a lot of things. So everything comes under this category. Okay, now in the planning, it's a market research team. There are basically MBA guys which do the market research and they try to find out what they have to do. The last, sales and service. It's basically depend on the dealer and the service network. So now what the engineers do, they all takes place in this zone. Style and engineering. Anybody know what is the difference between style and engineering?
Style means to give the shape.
To give the shape,
To the
engineering.
Engineering, all the applications related to the engineering, like sensors, to fit the sensor inside the car, and to fit the electrical system that are required to be to design to proper functioning of the car.
Okay, this not exactly right, but yeah, close to it. Okay, basically, style is the guy. They call it the car designers. Basically, the guys come from engineering background. Plus, there is one specific school in NIT in Surat. You might have heard of it, National Institute of Design. These guys come from that place. Okay, they are expertise in styling of the car. Okay, they make the style of the car. Okay, engineering is we make the style possible on the road. That's what engineering does. The style has an idea and has an overview in his mind, and he gives us something, and we make it possible by our engineering. And yes, with the cost of. So let's talk about all this. So I will not talk about the last part because I think it's pretty self-explanatory for all of you guys. Sales and service, basically what you do, you sell to customer, and service, when a problem, they do the service. So I will talk about the first 4, and basically I will concentrate on the 3 bolded ones. So let's talk about the planning, how they do it. So there are a lot of things for the planning course. They do the market research course, that what kind of vehicles they needed to be in the market. Okay, because their basic target is to have a profit to the company. Okay, and so for that, first thing, the challenges. There are government challenges nowadays. You are heard of the BA4 and BA6. Okay, this kind of challenges what we have. What kind of customer we are looking for. That's one of the point. What is the time plan? When my vehicle has to be launched, there are other competitors which is doing the same thing. So I have to be early. So everything comes in that place. Okay, market trend. What kind of features people like in the car? So everything they do it and they try to club it, every factor, everything of it, and finally expense and profit. Whether this car is profitable, how much I need to sell, how much I need to do for this one. So based on this thing, they will calculate everything, the planning guys, and they will give us an idea to the complete engineering like this. It's just a basic idea, not an actual thing. But yeah, it's called is a PD, product definition. The definition of the product they will make it for us. That this kind of vehicle we want. And after that, it will go to the engineering, complete engineering team, which I was talking about the other three things, style and engineering. Okay. So it consists of everything, right? What kind of body it is, what kind of luggage it is, which competitor we are competing with, for the customer, what kind of customer, how much the cost of the car will be, how much will be our making cost will be, when we are going to deliver it, when is the planning of everything. So they do everything from the start, and thus they give us something. Okay. In the planning, I'm going to tell you, explain you these things first. There are 4 types of planning procedure. So, one is the first generation and a complete new vehicle. We have to build a complete new vehicle. We don't have anything for this one. So that's we call is a very big kind of thing. So the timeline will be very big. Second thing, it's only not a new thing, but it's an innovation, evolution we have to do in the previous one. And so it's called the nth generation. Like from the previous one base we have to develop something new from the base. So that's a big vehicle, what we will say. And high weight addition, dimensional change, overall dimensional change. That's a high weight addition. So that will be a medium timeline vehicle. And the small timeline vehicle will be only extension. The best example is Swift and Swift Desire. Only addition is the trunk area. So that's called the small part. So basically on this thing, I would give you an approximate idea how much the preparation, kickoff, design and development takes time is basically 3.5 to 4 years. And a vehicle to make. Only 3 I'm talking about. I'm not talking about planning, I'm not talking about sales and net. That thing is extra. Okay. Now it comes to the main part, what we are related to. Okay. So basically in the kickoff, okay, there are a lot of teams. It's not even a single team job. There are a lot of teams. Okay. Approximately, I would say if I have to handle one project, all of you guys can be part of it while sitting in the room, including me. And this night might not be enough. That much of big teams we needed for a single car. So I will give you some example of the things here, the teams, what kind of teams are there to style, vehicle integration. Some of the things are very new to you. So feel free to ask if you have some questions about them. Project management, after sales, ergonomics, electrical body, homologation, costing, plastics, basically that's my field, plastics. Quality, process engineering, PLM, purchase. Have you heard all of this before?
So,
Yes?
so what is homologation?
Yes, homologation, very important, I was asking. Homologation is to pass the vehicle from the government. We have read something, whether it's ready to be on the road, it's okay to be on the road. So that the government has to give us the approval. That's called the homologation. So basically we have to check the vehicle against the government regulations. That's the homologation team work.
So what is ergonomics?
Ergonomics, not ergonomics. Ergonomics. Okay, ergonomics is the study of the passenger inside the vehicle. How it will get out, how is the leg room, how is the head room, how is the driving comfort. That the ergonomics team job they check basically. They have the dummy in the software obviously, and they check based on the vehicle, okay, how much is the comfort, whether a brake is okay for me to apply, whether something pedal is a good distance. So everything, there are a lot of things that are part of it. So, yes, please. PLM, Product Life Cycle Management. So that's basically what they do, is they take the data digitally throughout the vehicle life and they maintain it, everything. Anyone else? Okay, do you guys understand what is purchase means? What to buy? Manufacturing. Yeah, parts. What kind of parts?
To deal with the vendors.
Yeah, basically. To deal with the vendors, to decide the cost, to negotiate with the suppliers. That's the purchase team job. Okay, very one of the important part, because everybody in the market is ready to be on the profit, but we have to negotiate first. Okay. Other than this, there are two more entities which work together. One is the plant, another one is suppliers. The OEM doesn't make all everything. They make the main things, and this purchase most of the parts from the suppliers. So that's the basically kickoff plan. Okay, that's the initial stage. Means like we have the product definitions, and from now we are going to start. Okay, so these are the three main teams which work out. I'm going to explain this process based on my team, what I do. So basically, my team is plastic. Fine. So basically, my team is plastic. Vehicle integration. They take care of the whole vehicle on digital phase, not on physical. And the style, basically, what they do, they give you the product what you have to work on. So I will explain all these steps in one by one. And if you have anything, so we can start. So first, when the product definitions comes, they give it to style. Style generally make 5 sketches. Anybody seen that? I think on the internet you might have seen these things. Tell me how many of you have seen these things on internet? Just by reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's basically the thing they do. Side view, front view, top view. They make it by the hands. They have the imagination. If you just to give you an example, the XUV 500. It's an example, inspired from the cheetah look. Okay. You might have heard in their advertisement. Okay. And how do they do it? I'm explaining to you this one because this is a field you guys can go, you guys can plan. Okay. So if you can see on the right picture here, this is full electric car list. They have made it by the sketches and so on. One by one step they have seen. What is the inspiration of the designer here, styler here? Okay. The 3 things, the 3 objects. If you look closely, there is a one ellipsoid, there is a one sphere, and there is a one cylinder. Everybody found it? Just simply 3 objects he or she took, and they made it from this with the inspiration and everything. They made it in the final last page. So that's how they do working process. Okay, that's basically your creative job kind of. So after this basic 5 sketches, the 3 designs will be get selected out of 5. So that will be done by the higher people, higher top management, because they know what the market and they go with a lot of things. They go out and so they have the basic idea to do this. After the selections, 3. So they make the clay model. Anybody heard of it? What clay model is?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Prototype. I think in Hill University you have this clay facility in Hill University. Some student from Hill University, they have this facility to make cars from clay. Yes, they make cars from clay.
So basically, first initially out of 3, the one will be get selected, or maybe sometimes they will make it for all 3, the small one. Okay. So it's depends on the what kind of planning or what kind of vehicle we are planning. If it is a very prestige vehicle or maybe something about very prestige of the company, so they will make it everything possible. They will make it 3 at this stage also, because this thing is made very costly. Okay, and it has to be done by hand. There is no machining involved. No machining. Everything is done by hand. Yes, anybody has it? So next thing, after selecting of these 3 or maybe 3, they made it 1, everything. So they gone now with a bigger picture. They make the full car with this clay model. And I've seen few of those. You cannot tell the difference from the real car if you don't know that this is not a real car. They will make the wheels very real. They will keep the seats, and when they will make it on the color, you cannot imagine. That's how efficient those workers will be. They simply call the modelers actually. They will do it everything by hand. The styling will come. These guys will check everything, curves, character, everything. Very passionate about the curves and everything. this thing they will do. So you can see the full scale vehicle they will build it. After this, they will do the digital prototyping of these things from this clay model. And in digital prototyping, you can do anything from the softwares. So if you can see on the right side of the picture, the vehicle is somewhere in the Paris, it looks like, but that's not even a real vehicle. It's just a prototype, and from that they scan, they build everything on the software, just to look wise how it looks on the road, how it looks on the real time. To select the colors, to select the kind of interiors, everything they do. So after this, they will do the scanning of this clay model. Okay, because now the clay model is in the physical condition. On software, we cannot do everything on this one. Okay. So now they will scan. That's how the scanning goes. They scan on the real item and they give it on software. So basically, they looks exactly same. Okay, it's might have a medium quality here. If you do it with the best quality, you will see exactly same thing. And as I work in the CATIA, so I will tell you this thing. This thing is called STL, cloud data, point data. There are a lot of words for it. Okay, based on the software. So basically, CATIA is called the STL, and we cannot touch it. We have to make surface over it. That's kind of a tricky job. It's a model job, but it's a tricky job. It's a very tough job. So here the styling works, and they have reached on a certain stage. They have given something to us what we have to work on. Next thing is called vehicle integration. They check for the whole vehicle. They are the designers or the engineers, I would say. They look for the whole vehicle overall. They don't look for something specific. For them, it's a complete vehicle. Whether it's engine, whether it's doors, whether it's a roof, whether it's seats, bumpers, everything, lights, everything. For them, it's a complete vehicle. When it doesn't come a complete vehicle, they are stopping at everything. So basically, they will check the design first of all when the style will give them, and they will check that against the product specification or the product definition what we call, whether it's as per the same what we have decided, whether it's telling for the same thing what was given to them. So they check this thing everything, dimension of the vehicle, okay, height of the vehicle, what is the passenger capacity, what they think of everything. So they think of everything there and they check it against whether styling has done their job rightfully or not. So basically checking on the styling. So if they have not done it right as per the vehicle integration, they will revert it back again. Next thing, they will check government regulation and internal standards. So two things are different here. Okay, that's ergonomics. Something that economics out does, the lower relax on all of it. So basically the government regulations. Anybody know what kind of government regulations are there? Anybody is aware of what kind of government regulations are there? Yes, BI is